Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Welcome into Golf Central. Ryan Ver with the pair of PGA Tour winners, Brandel Chambly, Billy Croucher. There's a game in Las Vegas. You can play high-low. At TPC Summerlin, they're just playing low, no high included Rod Pamplin, who on Thursday took it really low, almost sub 60. We look back, had this putt to break 60 and shoot the magical 59. And just slides by. He would settle for tying the course record with 60 at 11 under. Big question, how would he follow that up day two? Been a lot of super low scores over the years of the PGA Tour. Tough to back it up. Pamplin trying to do just that. Started on the back nine. Here he is at 16.
And just blistered his irons in round number one. Is it going to be the same case in round number two? No, not there. Yesterday he came out of the rough and made eagle. Today he found the water, and he's hard pressed to make par here, Billy.
Well, and I thought this was maybe the key to getting everything started for him. He made a couple of bogeys, then he birdied the 15th, makes a mistake here, but he walks away with par. I thought that was huge for Pamplin.
And remains at 10 under. Pamplin now at 18. Remember, started on the back.
This is a tough drive. You're driving across this ditch at an angle, and the fairway sets at an angle, and it is very easy to miss it to the right. And how about that for an assist from the tree?
Wood. And Pamplin now at the second, 24 feet for birdie.
Well, this kind of is a relief point in the round. Now you've gotten it under par. Now you feel pretty good about yourself, and from that point forward, he was actually hitting some very quality golf shots and making a lot of birdies. In fact, he made 3 in a row.
And here he is at the third from 168, 7 feet. Birdie from there moves to 13 under and has got a 2-shot lead. Pamplin at 4 now.
And a great look up the hill here. But he goes wanting, coming off of back-to-back birdies at 2 and 3, looking for 3 in a row. And again, this is there are spots out on this golf course where it is a really tough drive, and one of them is at the 6th.
Well, how about this shot right here?
That was from a slice lie, trying to hook it around the corner, out of the rocks, just to find the green. And here we get a look at his golf swing. He is definitely a centered, sort of hanging left kind of guy, trapping it with that really weak grip, Billy, and just a great iron shot.
Yeah, but once he gets going, and once he kind of found his rhythm and he settled in, those were the iron shots that he was hitting.
And the lead stays at 2, now at 8, 9 feet for par. And just not enough. Would make bogey there, drops to 13 under. So the lead drops to 1. Pamplin at 9 now.
Well, you can see he caught a good lie out of the left rough. And you're trying to run this one up between, there's a bunker on the left side and a bunker on the right side. And that is just a beautiful shot. He said, be right, and it was.
And 2 putts from there for yet another birdie for Rod Pamplin, and indeed it is his lowest 36-hole score of his career. He has it to 14 under. We joked yesterday, what would the winning score be? The average is about 20. Pamplin way more than halfway there at 14 under par. After his round, he spoke with George Savaricas.
Thanks, Rod. A bit of a slow start for you, 2 over out of the gates. How'd you turn things around?
I changed ball marker. It was an unlucky ball marker. So, no, you know what? There were two silly mistakes that I'd made, and I knew things were still good. Obviously, I played really well yesterday, and it just had been solid. So I didn't panic. I just I made a good one on the, I think it was our 6th hole for birdie, and then made a great up and down on 16. So that just kind of righted the ship, and then after that I was fine, and we played nice after that.
The old adage is it's so hard to follow up a low round with another low round. You hit a 60 on Thursday. How tough was it mentally after that slow start to know, okay, I can turn this around and let things come to me?
Oh, you've just got to trust yourself that you're playing well, and I knew I had been, not just yesterday. It had been, the form had been good before that, so I was confident in myself. I didn't panic. It's you can easily panic out there, and you know, you shoot 2-3 over, and at the end of the day you're just scratching your head. But I just relaxed, and I knew it was good, so I let it come to me, and it thankfully did.
Through 36, you're in a great spot. What can you bottle up and try and use for the rest of the weekend?
Just the confidence that I've got from my game. You know, no one really in the groups this afternoon have gone super low, but so you know, we're right there with the lead. I don't know if it'll finish there, but Just the confidence I've got in myself. You know, I can't worry about what anyone else is doing. I'm just going to do what I've been doing, which has been good enough so far to be tied lead. So hopefully in 2 more days we'll still be there.
Thanks for the time, Rod.
All right, thank you. Cheers.
Age 47, two-time winner on the PGA Tour. His last win, the 2006 Arnold Palmer Invitational, almost 4,000 days ago. But nonetheless, two-time winner on tour, including that one. What a memory that must be. Arnold Palmer, and you take a look at the winners of the API, and he's in some fine company, Brandel.
Well, beating Tiger Woods at Bay Hill in that decade from 2000 to 2009, I mean, you might say that's like beating the Celtics in the Garden during the Bill Russell years. You know, it was a very heady accomplishment. Yes, he almost shot 59, but many years from now, he'll be able to see that he beat the best in the world on essentially his home golf course. And you might say that in golf parlance that he's known as a grinder. But there's a bit of a negative connotation to that term, grinder, when you consider just how many players there are on the PGA Tour, European Tour, Web.com Tour, Challenge Tour. There's about 700 players. There's another 10,000 that are trying to qualify for that tour. And when you consider how many players there are on the Australasian, the Asian, the Japanese, the Canadian, the Latin American Tour, there's probably 20,000 golfers that are trying to play this game professionally, another 20,000 that are just a level beneath that. To have played as long as he's played on the PGA Tour, to have made as much money, to have been as successful as he was and still is, yeah, he's not a superstar by any stretch of the imagination. But when you've had a career like he's had, there are a lot of people that would trade shoes with you in a heartbeat.
Oh, absolutely. And I think you have to go back with the last couple of years that he's played, and he's had to go back to the Web.com finals on both occasions and try to get back to the PGA Tour. There are a lot of guys that would just go ahead and toss the towel in. Hey, I'm a two-time winner on the PGA Tour. I don't need to go back there. But to have access to the PGA Tour, that's what you have to do. And so you tip your cap to Pampling because he was willing to go back there. He withstood the pressure there. And I thought it was a big round for him today. When I saw that start that he had today, Ryan, I was a little uneasy because he could have easily gone sideways, but he kept it within the parameters and went out there and shot 68, a couple bogeys. So I think he's good for the weekend.
He is 47. You wonder how many more chances there will be. Davis Love, the last guy 47 or older to win on the PGA Tour 2015. He won at the age of 51. Pampling is not alone atop the leaderboard. Let's take a look at the guy that has been able to track him down, Brooks Koepka, on Thursday. His career best on the PGA Tour with a 62, looking to follow that up. First hole, that'll do it.
Yes, it will, and a combination of power and accuracy. Watch this golf swing. It takes a club face back shut, has a bowed left wrist at the top. In so many ways, he reminds me of Dustin Johnson. Very similar in a lot of aspects in his golf swing, great power, and really good on the green. And a great look at this putting stroke with his finger extended down the shaft, kind of Seve-esque. And it's so easy to miss those left to righters to the low side, and he didn't, Billy.
Yeah, and by the way, he had 229 and it was a 5-iron that he hit to that point. But then on the 10th, the par 4, just inside 115 yards. Man's got touch.
Such a big guy. He definitely has finesse in his game. That moves him to 11 under. Now at 13, par 5, hitting his third out of the bunker.
Well, you can see the speed in the bunker. Good bunker players have speed. They're able to elevate the ball quickly. They're able to control the rollout. That's what Koepka did there.
Now at 16 for Eagle.
And another beautiful look at his putting stroke. That is 2 eagles on the round. And forward to the nervy par 3, 17.
And he'd find some trouble.
I don't care how good you are. This one will always get your attention. Front right hole location.
Yeah. Well, that's a lucky break. Could have easily gone in. It does stay up and now has this to save par. And once again, not a gimme by any means.
Well, and up the hill. And this is what you do when you win golf tournaments. You make a mistake, you get away with it, you walk away with par. It keeps all the momentum going in the right direction.
Listen, we've heard about Brooks Koepka for a long time, and it's always this guy can hit it a mile. The last 2 days, you watched the highlights. The putting has been remarkable.
Well, you know, it's tough to say. Is he better off the tee or better on the greens? But it's a nice argument to have. Yes, he's only won once on the PGA Tour, but he cut his teeth on the European Tour, and in the process won 4 times on the Challenge Tour. One of those by 10 shots, another one of those by 7 shots. So when he gets comfortable, he has breakaway speed.